What's up, you guys? It's your girl Love Ashay back at you with another video. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that. Give this video a thumbs up and leave your girl a comment down below. This is going to be a collective message. Make sure you take what resonates and leave what does not. Let's get into it, y'all. All right, so I already have the cards pre-pulled out here. And so the first thing that I'm picking up here is that some of you guys are still waiting for somebody to give you permission to move, to take action on something. Okay, you've been getting the signs, okay, you've been getting the messages, you've been having the dreams, okay, but your spiritual team is loud. Okay, they are loud. All right, but you're still out here playing small. Okay, you're asking for clarity on stuff that you already know the answer to. It's like they're like, how many more signs do you need? What do you think this is? How many more signs do you need? Okay. A lot of you have been using the excuse of being stuck, okay, with the Ace of Swords here in reverse. You've been using the excuse with the Four of Wands here in reverse, and the Four of Swords in reverse. This tells me that you've been using the excuse of being stuck when it's really about that you're scared, okay? You scared. Come on, friend. I tell you the truth, okay? Don't click off the video. Don't get mad. You're really scared. You're scared. You're not stuck. You're scared of how powerful you really are with the High Priestess here. Scared of what happens when you stop people pleasing. Like, damn, how many friends I'm gonna have? I barely got 2. Damn, then if I don't do this, then you're scared of how many friends you're gonna have when you stop people pleasing. What family members are still gonna be around when you start saying no and having boundaries. Scared of being alone. But baby, your spiritual team is not about to let you keep ignoring your calling just to keep the peace. Okay? You're not about to just keep ignoring your calling just to keep the peace, keep a couple of people around. Okay? A lot of y'all been living in a false sense of stability with the four of Wands here. You hate your job. You're in a relationship that drains you. You have all these friendships that are built on trauma bonding. Okay? All these friendships that's built on trauma bonding. And a lot of you are stuck. There's this subconsciously, there is something that spirit is trying to uproot in you. And it has to do with survival mode. Typically, when we hear survival mode, we think, oh, that person, they be penny pinching. They think money don't come to them. They don't have an abundant mindset, We think about that when it comes to survival, okay? But a lot of people don't talk about survival mode in the sense of just having people around to have people. A lot of people think people hoarder things, baby, but people also hoarder people. You will have 2 bad friends around than just not having none. So there's something that you are hoarding in your life right now out of survival. Just because, oh, spirit, I love the switch up. I love the switch up, okay? Just because you grew up around, I feel like, our last message, this was like Saturn's energy. I work with Saturn a lot, that I was channeling in a sense. And this reading really feels like, it feels different. That's what I'll say. Okay. But anyway, just because you grew up around dysfunction, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Sag, Leo, Aries, does not mean that it is your birthright to suffer for other people. I just see like right now that like there's a lot of mental fog that is lifting for the collective, okay? There's a lot of mental fog that's lifting, and I feel like you're starting to see people for who they really are, not who you want them to be, and that's helping you to realize how you've been blocking your blessings, trying to literally drag people who never had this capacity to grow with you. Okay. And I see some of y'all walking away from fake celebrations here with the Four of Wands. It's like, no, I really don't want to go to the birthday party. I'm unavailable. I got shit to do. No, I really don't want to go to, the housewarming, and I don't want to invite you to mine. I don't want you to come to my birthday party. I'm equal with it. I'm not two-sided. This is equal. I don't want to go, and I don't want you to come. All right. Am I right or am I right? Don't worry, I'm not missing out, okay? I'm not missing out. I don't want to participate, okay? It's like I see a lot of y'all just walking away here with the Four of Wands, because the Four of Wands represents happiness, joy. You're celebrating a good thing. But in the reverse, it's like you're walking away from this. You don't want to attend the function, okay? You're declining the invitation, And for some of y'all, this is fake celebration with family. Okay, people in your family that only come around you to drain you, friends that want to clap for you, in public, or act like they support you, but really they're envious of you. You're seeing these things, okay, with the mental fog that I'm seeing that's being lifted here with the High Priestess, because the High Priestess, she's not loud, okay, she's quiet in her knowing. She's like, I see you, but I ain't gonna say nothing. I see you though. But then, that's why I feel like the King of Wands is here, because the King of Wands takes action. Okay. Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. This King of Wands takes action. So it's like you're tapping into both. It's like a part of you, like you need to know it. Yeah, you know it. But what you gonna do about it is the King of Wands energy. Yeah, you peep game that they're a hater, but what you gonna do about it? You see the dysfunction in your family, but what you gonna do about it? That's the King of Wands. Like, okay, where they're kind of saying like, okay, seeing, I don't want to say seeing is not enough, but it's not enough for you in this season, because that could lead to complacency for you. You're in a season of rebuilding. I'm going to keep reading it to death because we in retrograde. You're in a season of rebuilding. Spirit says stop praying for change and then get mad when it shows up looking like loss. Okay? I don't know who need to hear that right now, but he came through very, very. Stop praying for change and then you what's going on? I done lost all my friends. I think somebody doing voodoo on me. Somebody working against me. Somebody is working against me. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I need to get a reading. Let me stop. Okay. Okay. But yeah, that's what I'm saying for you at this time, is that there's something here about it's not enough to just see it, because the High Priestess is inner knowing, right? She's quiet. I mean, look at her posture. She knows shit, okay? And the King of Wands is about you taking action on the things that you know. And the Four of Wands is like, I don't know, I just heard I knock all of this shit over. And I'm not telling you to knock all the shit over, okay? But I am telling you. But that's this energy that I'm getting here. It's like, you know what? I'm not going to pretend to fit into this delusion anymore. These illusions. I'm not going to, it's like you're no longer, for some of you, you're not playing your part anymore. And that's going to make people upset. Or maybe you're scared not to play your part anymore in this family dynamic, where you just pretend not to see certain stuff, pretend not to see certain patterns and things like that. Like within the family, you just ignore it. I feel like Spirit is making it to where you cannot ignore it anymore. You're unable to ignore it. And I feel like, as well with the high priestess and the king of wands too, it's also like, don't take action on something until you have like consulted with your intuition, right? That's also like a flip side to this message, is don't take action. But like, I feel like for a lot of you, the shit literally staring you right in the face. The house is literally turned upside down. Okay? The Four of Wands represents something that's physical, tangible, right? This is literally dysfunction. This is literally, it's right in your face. That's what, and that's why Spirit is saying that there's nothing else that you need to see. You're like, oh yeah, he got one more time to have Domino's call his phone at 2 a.m. He got one more time to play with me and take his mama side over mine. She got one more time to act like when I tell her good news, she not happy. They got one more time. Like how many? And you going to keep on. It's going to be another time and another time and another time. It ain't never going to stop, friend. Spirit saying nip that shit in the bud. Okay? Nip it in the bud. All right? I feel like this message is pretty straightforward. Okay, let's go ahead and pull some more cards real quick here. Okay. For a lot of you, you done already got a reading on this situation here with divination popping out. Or you may do readings, okay? That may be something you're into. You may have gotten a reading already here. We got the high priestess in divination. This is like the high priestess coming out twice. Okay. Like what? We have distant future. A lot of y'all have been abusing readings, okay? Getting so many readings, I'm hearing that you want to look into your future so you can ignore your present. You want to look into the future so that you can continue to ignore the present. Okay? And this card, y'all know when the card doesn't go in the reading, that's the message that you don't want to hear, that I'm still going to tell you, okay? Karma. This is what you're trying to ignore. And I know people, when they hear the word karma, they be getting all scared and shit. Okay, you want to get karma. But I feel like this is talking about karmic family, okay? But also something that I'm in my current level of understanding with. I noticed that I was like throwing around the word like, oh, that's my karmic mother. That's a karmic father. That's a karmic sister. That's a karmic this. That's a karmic, whatever. And I feel like sometimes we hear these words and we try to label someone as karmic to keep from holding ourselves accountable, like giving someone a label as them being a karmic partner. Okay. We're missing the main point of the word karma that's in karmic, right? And karma is a twofold thing. Karma is lesson, like Saturn. Saturn is it's about lessons, okay? And so when somebody comes in karmic energy, what that essentially means is that you guys have signed a soul contract for this person to interfere in your life in that way to cause friction. So just labeling somebody as karmic, it helps you to avoid accountability for the actual lesson that you need to learn. You feel me? You feel what I'm saying, y'all? And I feel like there's a lesson that you're not wanting to go through right now because you don't know what's on the other side of it. So it's like, okay, I'm going to break up with him, but I want to see what's going to happen in the future. If I break up with him right now, is he going to come back? Is he going to start messing with her? Is he going to start doing this and this and this? I want to see if I walk away from this job, if, am I going to get this job, this other job that I want? If my business is going to take off this and this and this and this and this, I want to see. Okay. What's this? Oh, and then we got community underneath the bottom of the deck. Okay. And community, this is karmic community. Okay. This is for some of you guys, karmic family members. Again, like what we talking about. Okay. I feel like, at this point, there's no more lessons. Well, I don't want to say no more lessons, right? But I want to say at this moment in time, you've learned all you can from these certain group of people. And now it's doing more harm than it is doing good for you. And so Spirit is coming through like, okay, what are you still holding on to? You know what I mean? What are you still holding on to at this destruction? And Spirit is coming through to wipe all of this out, to clear it out for you. It's almost like a warning, you know? If you don't do it, I'm going to do it. It's like your mama saying, if you don't go over there and tell them, I'm going to go tell them. I'm going to go take care of it. If you don't want to do it, I'm going to do it. So it's like you kind of want to go over there and do it, because if your mama do it, it's not going to be the way that you would maybe do it. So it's kind of like you want to do it yourself. So if I was you, I'd go ahead and handle this myself, because if you don't, it's still going to get handled, and it may not get handled the way you would have liked to get it handled. But you've been, you know, you've been moving slow, friend. Okay. All right. Let's see what else. And then we'll pull a message and we'll close out. So we just got pretty much the high priest coming out again here. Same, y'all look at that, y'all. Stop playing with me, okay? Look at that. You know, friend, this is all the don't watch another reading. Don't you watch another reading. It's him. I'm talking about him, okay? Oh my God. And then we have Star Seed and Awakening. Spirit is trying to get me to read it back to back today, okay? But look at here. We got Star Seed and Awakening. So the Star Seeds at this time are going through this major awakening that feels like loss, okay? It feels like upheaval. It feels like a Tower card moment. That's what I'm hearing. It feels like a Tower card moment where everything is literally getting pushed apart, okay? Everything is literally getting torn apart. But Spirit is like, okay, we done told you, you ain't taking action on your intuition. So we got to help you out a little bit. You're stepping into a new season here with this Star Seed and Awakening. Like really awakening to your gifts. Really like life is changing. Okay. Spirit, the lesson. Yeah. Come on. What's the lesson for this? Y'all, we got the Hermit card and the Strength card in reverse. Where the readers at? Where the readers at? We got the Hermit and the Strength card. The Hermit represents soul searching, okay? Learning, okay? Spiritual development, your isolation, okay? This is why this is happening for you in your life right now, whatever that may be, okay? It's because you are learning to get spiritually strong. You're learning how to take action on your spiritual insight, okay? This is you withdrawing, so to speak, I guess, with the Hermit to receive wisdom, okay? This is also your spiritual team saying that the answers are within. The answers, you're going to find the clarity that you need through solitude, not by these people that you've been having around you. Okay? You have been looking outward, okay, for answers that live inside of you. And that's why the Strength card is in reverse, okay? You've been looking for answer, clarity, guidance on the outside of you, but it's on the inside of you. So stop strolling, stop with the readings, okay? This is about you taking some time to yourself, you know, doing the spiritual work, doing the journaling, doing the meditation, doing the reflecting, doing maybe a fast, you know, unplugging, doing a social media break, you learning how to be your own guide, okay? This is about you learning how to be your own guide, trusting in that inner knowing. And I feel like this is also for a lot of you, if you resonate with being like very wise, no matter what your age is, like very wise, very old soul here, spiritual teacher, or just somebody on like a healing journey. There's something coming through here about a spiritual upgrade for you. A spiritual upgrade. All right. All right, y'all. So that is the message. We're going to pull from our message from the universe, and then we're going to close out. Does the collective need to know for their highest and greatest good? Does the collective need to know for their highest and greatest good? Wow, y'all. If you are worried, can y'all see this? If you are worried you don't have the strength to move on, think of how much strength you are using to hold on. Then redirect that energy and enjoy your life. Y'all. Y'all. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful way to close out the reading. So that's it. That's the message. Thank y'all for tuning in. I am offering astrology readings now. Okay, if you would like to tap in with me, you have a question about your chart, a question about what's going on in your life that you want me to answer using your natal chart, then go ahead and click the link that'll be in the description bar if you're watching YouTube replay, or in the bio if you're watching me on TikTok. Yeah, I love y'all so much, and I hope y'all have the most amazing day. I'm going to be more consistent with the uploads, y'all, because Saturn is really working through me, okay? So we're all getting this collective work, okay? I love y'all, and I hope y'all have the most amazing day, and I'll talk to y'all real soon.